We're halfway through 2024, and if you have not set or completed most of your goals for this year, you could be missing out on a ton of growth. Now, if you're feeling stuck or you don't really know the tangible steps that you have to make in order to get to where you want to be, this video is just for you. Personally, I really don't like to go into my years without a progress bar. I like to know exactly where I'm headed and what achievements I have to unlock along the way. And anything that's not aligned with those achievements, it's usually a side quest and they're majority of the time distractions. Success is simply about living in alignment with who you say you are. So the goals, written or typed, are simply the entry point of you becoming successful. Today, I'm going to give you a walkthrough on how you can make the rest of 2024 and any year coming after it a great year. And if you're not implementing similar methods to the ones I'm about to show you, you're missing out on extensive amounts of growth and leaving it all on the table. Also, if you stick around to the end, I'm going to show you personally how I've implemented my goals for myself for this year, last year, and the year before, so that you can see and compare me and also understand how to approach it yourself. Now, to begin, I want to preface that I set 5 to 10 goals for myself every single year, and they're solely based on what I can do. They're not dependent on any algorithms, trends, or people. The completion is solely based off of me, so I have no excuses and it's a non-negotiable. Now, here's the framework that I use for my goals. Many people, especially entrepreneurs when they're first starting out, lack a clear vision of what they want to achieve, which leads to unfocused efforts, wasted time, energy, and money. I remember when I first started business, I created one of those vision boards. You know, those ones that they make you do at the beginning of every single course that you take. And although most of it was what I was imagining from life, I was lacking clarity of the actual thing that I wanted, which delayed my progress. What I really wanted was freedom. The freedom to not have to clock in or clock out or listen to another manager, supervisor, or grown-ass man who doesn't look like any type of man that I would ever want to be telling me what to do. I just wanted to live my life for myself. It took me 2 years to realize this. And although there's so much more to achieve, I'm happy that I'm now getting to live it in the flesh. I mean, it feels amazing. So establish your vision. Spend a day writing and thinking about exactly what you want at its core level. This first step of creating your goals will be your main driver. It'll help you understand and determine exactly what you're running towards and what you're also running away from. This will be the thing that you fall back on. This is your support system when things start to get hard. Every single time you feel like quitting, this vision is exactly what you rely on. So step 2 is setting an action-based goal. So an action-based goal is a clear measured goal that focuses on the specific steps required to achieve it. I haven't seen or heard of any successful person who does not look at their overarching goal and then break it down into actionable steps. When you write a goal on paper, it should have a mini checklist alongside it. Everything should be based solely off of focused efforts. There should be no guesswork or stagnation. Your goals should have goals inside them. You got to understand that the leverage that you want comes from knowing what you have to do. You're asking for a reality that every single other person in the world is asking for. And if you don't know how to maneuver, you'll end up failing just like the rest. You don't make a doctor's salary by just guessing. You have to know exactly what steps you have to take and what you have to do. So with your action-based goals set in place, let's move on to step 3. So step 3 is optimizing your environment. Now, I take this step to heart because I grew up as a military kid. I was born in an Army fort in Washington, and I've traveled cross country from San Diego, California to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I've lived in both the hood and the suburbs, and I know exactly what an environment can do to a person. Many individuals fail to realize just how much their environment impacts their goals. If your environment's chaotic and unsupportive, it's going to hinder your progress and your motivation is going to falter. So the way around this, even if you currently still live with your parents, is to start shaping your environment to support your goals. This could be through organizing your workspace, cleaning your room, or even choosing who you spend time with based on how they influence your productivity and mindset. This setting is the foundation for your mental clarity. The key to winning is subtraction. If you're not willing to say no to anything that is not the accomplishment of your goals, you're kind of setting yourself up to lose. Each one of us only have so much time and energy that we can expend each day. So start to conserve your energy towards the buckets that actually do move the needle forward. Understand that the buckets that you choose to fill will be the fate that you seal. Step 4, adapt and evolve. Even the best plan can encounter unforeseen challenges. Begin to live your life based off of this one principle, that you are malleable and that you can change. I can't even count how many changes I've experienced throughout the process of becoming who I am today, and how many more I will be experiencing along the way of becoming the man I want to be. Business is genuinely a self-awakening journey, and if you're not prepared for the obstacles that are to come, you're going to encounter something like the imposter syndrome that I faced last year. That same imposter syndrome is the thing that stopped me from growing my agency to the lengths that I imagined it to. So from me to you, become adaptable. Even if your beliefs are screaming for you to stay the way that you are, shed your skin and become greater. Now, let's get into some fun stuff, because what I'm going to do now is show you exactly what goals I've had for this year, last year, and the year before, and how I position myself so that you can approach this in a similar manner. Okay, cool. So here were my goals for 2022. Now, this was a bit unstructured, to be honest. I was 17, a senior in high school, still trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to do after school. I didn't even know if I was doing entrepreneurship. But as you can see, it's just simple self-improvement stuff. So find skills to get better, find books to read, simple self-care tasks. I even had freaking get into NFTs and stocks on this thing. So it was, yeah, it's stupid, bro. Just no direction. But the final verdict was 60% completion. So I had 8 out of 13 of my goals completed. Yeah, bozo work. Okay. Now let's get into 2023. I was 18 at this point. Man, I don't even know what life was looking like. But I had the agency kind of growing last year. And if you look at some of my past posts, I was talking about SMMA. So I was in the process of building my appointment setting agency at Xavier. And it kind of faltered midway through because I just caught imposter syndrome. Like I didn't believe in myself, and yeah, just being transparent, I was just a bitch. So 2023, be coachable and apply knowledge. So yeah, I bought a couple courses and I was starting to apply everything that I learned into what I was doing in my content. Have faith in life, work, and relationships. So it just meant a lot to me to keep the ones that I wanted around the most, and that was completed for that year. So that was great. Connect with more people, 100 minimum. I met a ton of people along the way. So it was a lot of impact that happened. Complete 75 hard. If you were there on my Instagram, you probably saw that I was attempting 75 hard, and I got to I think like 16.8 or 9, and then I injured myself. I got hurt in a soccer game, so I still didn't complete that for the rest of the year, which was bozo work. Yeah. So that was that. Do shit. Produce more than consume. Now I was producing content, and then I ended up stopping because of whatever happened. Make 10K in a month. Again, I was already on the road, but since I didn't follow it and I didn't look back and clarify my vision, look at my vision again, I ended up faltering. Live below means use money wisely. I think I kind of did this, except no, because when I was in my jobs, I was spending money on like fast food and stuff. Become better every day. Again, something that just faltered. Think more. Do you see how one thing can kind of change up your whole trajectory of your year? So really, again, I think step 1 means a lot. Clarify that vision and hold it very close to you, because I just want to be an example, and hopefully this shows that a 30% year is a wasted lifetime. Just being honest, especially compared to how the beginning of the year was going. Tough case, very tough case. Cool. So let's move on to 2024. Enough sulking. Let's get into what's going on now. So these are my goals for this year. I had think for myself, less distraction. I had make 10K within 1 month, which I did. Complete 75 hard. So I did this actually earlier this year. At the start of this year, I did complete 75 hard, but I didn't document it. Therefore, I'm not going to count it. So I'm going to start documenting that sometime in the upcoming weeks. And yeah, if you want to see more, follow me on Instagram. Cherish, love, and care for my time, which is happening a ton. I'm not on social media anymore. I installed a couple apps like Opal, and there's another one I installed called Blank Spaces. And those basically made sure that I'm not on my phone and doing BS with it. Breathe more, create more strength within. I haven't really gotten into meditation, but yeah, it's helped me a lot in the past. And I haven't really paid much attention to it recently. Need to get back into it. Produce more value than consume. This is kind of what I'm doing now. I'm trying to help you, and hopefully you are taking this stuff into consideration. Apply money to assets, not liabilities. Basically, most of the money that I've spent this year has been on stuff that's going to move me forward. So that's how it's looking there. And then finally, walk through the fire, which I am currently doing, and it's been great. It's produced a lot of results. So yeah, my 2024 so far has been 75% completion. Only have these 2 to complete. So again, if you want to see me document 75 hard, that's there. And then I'll just start meditating more. That's not hard to do. So yeah, that's everything that I got in terms of my goals. No, it isn't anything crazy, but again, just try to take into consideration what you're doing for yourself, externally, for others, for your family, and yeah, just live life to the fullest. So implement these steps. Step 1, clarify your vision. Step 2, set action-based goals. Step 3, optimize your environment. And step 4, adapt and evolve. After you implement these steps, you'll begin living in a similar manner to who you say you are. I'm an example of that. And if you'd like to see exactly how I made $11,219 in 24 hours at just 19 years old, then you can click the video that's right on the screen and keep your notepad out. Other than that, like, subscribe, bye.